It's not
Yeah.
like this stereotypical, and there's nothing wrong with that because I'm a geek myself, but it's
Yeah.
not like the stereotypical geeky Japanese guy that you might imagine. And again, I want to clarify,
He
there's nothing
dances
wrong with
salsa
that.
and, you know, things
You
like
know, yeah,
that.
he's
And dates
very,
black women. He's got to have some edge.
and I just want to, whilst we're here, I just want to say that rumor about that, I didn't even know it existed until someone told me. Like, that ain't true. That's not true.
Hold on. The rumor about what? What rumor are you addressing here?
Wow. You know, people, they always ask me, is it? And I'm like, honestly, if
No,
I
is
had
what?
not
I
heard
need
that-
clarification. We're not speaking in code here. What is the rumor that you feel should be debunked about Asian men?
I feel that the rumor about Asian men that should be debunked is that there's nothing happening down there, because there's a lot happening down there.
So you're saying
I was like, why do you think it was 11 months to marriage?
so your Japanese husband was hung or is hung?
Let's just say, like, you see my smile? Do you see the smile? I haven't stopped smiling the whole interview, right?
So ladies, the rumor mill is in. Some Japanese men, they can take care of business down there. So, you know what I'm saying? They some freaks, apparently. I've been to Japan, so I've seen.
Thank you. You know,
but it's kind of, all right. So here's another thing I want to get into, right? So in Japan, there's been this conversation about how people are not really that sexual. They're not that affectionate. Go ahead.
But then I think it also, no, but that's not true. But I think one of the things that people aren't picking up on is it goes both ways, because a lot of foreign men, and I'm not saying this is everyone, I really want to clarify, when I talk in generalizations, I'm not saying it's everyone, and I'm not saying it applies to everyone. But again, with the women, what happens, a lot of men will get upset because after they get married, there's this mask that comes on, and it's like, I can't do certain things with my wife. And then the wife is like, I can't do certain things with my husband because you're mummy now. Do you know what I mean? So it's all about roles. But my husband don't play that game. He's just like
damn that. I'm treating you like I just met you, and I'm doing the nastiest to you, my love. Allegedly, yeah. Okay. Allegedly, she says.
Allegedly.
He's probably in the other room right now. Can she finish with this podcast already?
Yeah, we're supposed to have a bath together, actually.
Oh, this thing just got real.
But I'll let you guys in on a little secret.
Okay.
Often we'll put the kids in. Kids will be in childcare, and if he's got a day off work, we might go to a nice love hotel together and just have a little bit of romance, and then pick the kids up. So. Yeah,
like
you know,
like
a midweek romance. You got to keep the passion.
The passion.
You know, you got to keep it. La passion.
Oui, oui, mademoiselle.
But that's what you have to do. But going back to the other side is, so a lot of, I love a bit of a Google or DuckDuckGo, and if you look it up, you'll find that a lot of foreign men get upset because they think, oh, I've got this sexy Asian girl, and then after they have 2 kids, because you normally should have 2.
Yeah.
You know what I mean, like the boy and the girl. I'm not saying that's always what happens, but I'm just saying, you know, that's often what's preferred. And then after that, she shut the shop.
Why? So you're saying Asian women specifically?
Not all.
But the stereotype is the stereotype, or in general, the expectation culturally is that Asian women in that culture will shut down sexually after having 2 kids.
Yeah. And,
really?
And if you look on forums, there's that evidence to back me up. But again, I don't want to say that that's everyone, but that's a common phenomenon. If you talk to a lot of men and they get upset, and then you go on some threads, and some men haven't had it for like 10 years or so, because I don't know where it evaporates to, but it just kind of evaporates, because maybe it's to do with a lot of over here, in their mindset, clicks. So I'm the you know, I'm the student, click. Then I'm the husband, click. Then I'm the wife, click. And I'm the girlfriend, click. And it clicks into these gears.
Yeah.
And you know, and a lot of men do this thing, but this is not just in the Asian culture. Funny story, but I used to work on doors. I know I don't look like a bouncer, but I used to be that annoying guest list girl who would say, if your name's not down, you're not getting in. So I would speak to a lot of bouncers, and I had to get the bouncer license as well, which is quite funny. But I speak to a lot of bouncers, and there'd be these big burly guys, and you know, like these big burly Russian guys or whatever, and they'd be like, they do what they do, but they can't do it with their wives because that's the mother of their kids.
They do what? What do you mean they do what they do? What do they do?
They might want to do like heads down, hands up. I don't know, whatever you want to do.
Wait, hold on. I'm confused. Are you saying these bouncers that you were working alongside with?
Yeah.
A lot of them were married.
Yeah.
They were married, but there were things that they wanted to do or that they did do with other women that they couldn't do with their wives.
Their wife, because that was the mother of their kids. Like you might not necessarily.
But is that what they were saying to themselves, or that's the response they were getting from their wives?
No, that's what. Sorry, I didn't mean to go off on a tangent. That's what they were saying to themselves. They were I don't want to defile my wife in this way. It's not always just the Asian culture. It's like different, and these were bouncers from all over the world, and in different cultures they're like their wife they don't want to get too dirty with. There's something that I learned. There's a phrase for it or a term for it. It's called the Madonna horror complex. Oh, that's interesting. Yeah.
Look it up. So it's basically the concept of the very thing you just mentioned, is that like a lot of times men will get into relationships and they will be married and they'll have a certain view of their partner, which they'll see as like, you know, the caretaker of the household, the kids, and you know, the partner, the person that helps them do the taxes, but they don't. But you don't visualize them as like this sexual object that you still want, because it's like incongruent, right? Especially if your partner is as nurturing as like your mother, you know what I mean? And it kind of screws up with their mind. But then you see a stranger in a nice like kinky outfit, you're like, you know, I don't have to see you in that other aspect of life. So there's like this anonymity of like, let's just do this crazy thing, and I don't have to worry about if you're the very same person that's buying the groceries. You know what I mean? So that's the complex. But you're saying you don't have that. You like, oh, when the kids are gone, like we out here, we freaking.
Because it's like love energy, isn't it? You know, you got to keep it spicy, and he's the same way. That's an interesting fact you said about the Asian women. But let me ask you a question. I don't want to be quoted on that in case everyone's like, she's saying it's not true. But
listen,
you can look it up.
You live in Japan. You have every right to speak on the culture as anybody else who's like originally from Japan. You spend more time there than any of us who are probably listening to this show. So we're going to take your word for it.